Hey! Welcome to another Fortnite Theory. My name is Sleek Ozzy and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the idea of crafting your own weapons in Fortnite Battle Royale. But before we get into that, as you saw at the beginning of this video, we have a Fortnite V-Bucks giveaway going on right now. Click the top link in the description down below, follow the easy steps on the page to enter, and at the end of this month, you could win yourself some free V-Bucks. So being a theory, this is just my ideas, my kind of creativity spilling out onto the internet, essentially. And I'm going to be going through some of the ideas and, you know, the thought process of this topic today, because I love sitting down and talking about these kind of things, and hopefully we can bring this idea to light, and maybe Epic might even, you know, look at it and add it in, wink wink maybe, I don't know. So the idea is to take various different components of a weapon and put them together. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to get these components, where they drop, what they are, what they do, how to put them together. So in my mind, I want these items to be out on the floor as floor loot, maybe as an extra drop from a chest. So Epic, when they're adding new items and new weapons to the game, they replace the old ones. Like when the Desert Eagle was introduced, they replaced the submachine gun. Don't do that with this, because it's not a weapon, it's not an item that you can use, it's a component that you have off to the side. So it should be an extra item that has a chance to drop from opening chests, that has a chance to drop from, you know, world loot, just from opening, you know, just running around and collecting loot from out in the world, and possibly it could drop from mining buildings and trees. Like inside the tree, it has a chance to drop out of that, because I want these to be kind of abundant, like out in the world. Commonly, not too commonly, maybe like kind of the rarity that maybe an epic or a rare item would spawn. And the reason for that is because there's going to be about, I would say, 4 components to make up this weapon or this item. So these components should drop in either chests or either world loot or from mining trees and stuff, and they have a chance to drop. Once they drop, you pick them up, they get put into a separate inventory slot that doesn't take up the space on your hotbar, because obviously you need guns, you need bandages, you need shields, you need loads of stuff, and having these components would just make that, you know, make the task of playing the game properly even harder. So just have a separate little bar, maybe above your weapons bar, where these components can sit, and you can see that there's maybe 4 empty slots, and as you pick these different ones up, you fill the slot. Once you have one, if you find another one that's the exact same, you can't pick it up. Like, once you have that one, that's it, bang, done, move on to the next one. And the reason why I want these to be common or semi-common in the world is because there's going to be loads of them. Like, there's going to be 4 different types of component for this item or weapon that you're going to have to get. So chances are you might come across 5 or 6 different components that are the exact same as the one that you have, and to get the other ones you might have to scour the entire map, or you might even have to kill other players with different components to even get them. So just from that process alone, there isn't going to be many of these about, unless you're incredibly lucky and you find all 4 as you drop down into your first zone. I think there'll probably be about 2, 3, at max 4 of these in the entire map, with the amount of people that are going to be looting and dying and all this sort of stuff. To be and look, not to forget, some loot is lost from people just leaving the game. Some loot is lost from people dying in the storm, having fights in the storm. Some of these components are just left out there in the storm, never to be seen again. So there isn't going to be that many people with these weapons about. Like, picture the guided missile. It has been vaulted, unfortunately. We can't get that item in-game anymore, which is pretty sad. I thought it was a pretty fun weapon. I didn't think it was too hard to counter. You just shoot it out of the sky or build a box around yourself. It's easy, right? But that item has been vaulted. There weren't that many in the game when you like jumped in. There was possibly like 1, 2, like 3 if you were very, very, very incredibly lucky. But there was like 1 or 2 maybe, and like as soon as they fired it, you could track down where they are. So this new weapon would be kind of like that, very rare, very unique in the way it acts. And of course, we need to decide what this weapon is going to be. So we have these 4 components. You've got the 4 components now from killing players and looting chests. Where do you go? I would say because of the whole theme of Season 4 and where it's going and what it involves with the meteor and the comet and everything to do with that, I would say you have to go to Dusty Divot, and there's maybe they could add in a thing of where Epic have said that they were going to do weekly updates, so maybe like in a weekly update they could add something to Dusty Divot. Maybe there's pipes and wiring coming out of the meteorite, and then it gets funneled into this massive like tabletop surface, like a desk, like a workbench, and you put all of these components onto this workbench and you craft this weapon or item. Now, I want this weapon or item to work in a similar fashion to how Season 4 is going. As you can see, there's a theme here. It's Season 4 weapon. I want it to match, because why else would it be a thing? For it to take a while to get, it's a component weapon that involves the meteor. It's got to be some sort of like extraterrestrial space malarkey or whatever. So you craft it, and maybe it's like a bazooka or like a rocket launcher, but it doesn't fire rockets. Maybe what it does is it fires like crystals on the floor, or maybe it fires the effect that the low gravity crystals have on you, but it's amplified, so you can jump higher. You can move further when you jump. So it's not really too overpowered in terms of damage. Like, you're not going to be overwhelming someone with this massive automatic rocket launcher assault rifle or anything, or some laser gun or a ray gun from Call of Duty or anything. It's just like it fires the effect of the crystals out on the floor maybe, and you can jump higher and further, which gives you like a massive advantage if you know how to build it, because you can get massive height advantage straight off the bat and don't have to worry about building up and having your structures destroyed and stuff. And maybe it lasts a little bit longer, because I think the current crystals in the game last for about, I want to say 30 seconds. There isn't actually a solid number on your screen when you take these crystals to see how long they last, but judging from like the time frame that you eat them, they're about 30 seconds maybe. So I want to say that this new weapon is about 45 to 60 seconds, and it just fires the effect out, and you can jump incredibly high and you don't take any fall damage. Or it could be something completely different. It could be a damaging weapon. It could be a ray gun, It could be a ray gun. It could be a ray gun that has unlimited ammo. That's like maybe it doesn't do that much damage. Maybe it does the damage of like a grey pistol, but it has like a really rapid fire mode. So and it has a little bit of splash damage maybe. So as you guys know, if you don't know, like the ray gun from Call of Duty that you can get in zombies mode has splash damage. So if you fire it on the floor, the projectile creates an effect that affects more than one enemy that you fire it at. So maybe to kind of like make this a weapon worth wanting, but to also balance it out, you can have a ray gun in your hand that's like fully automatic, like an assault rifle, that you can fire straight at the target, but maybe it has projectile speed, it has dip, kind of like the sniper and the crossbow. So you have to be incredibly accurate with it for it to be able to like do any damage to people. You have to lead your shot. It's not a hit scan weapon. It's not like the scoped AR. It doesn't hit the target straight away when you fire it. You have to lead your shot and make sure you're incredibly accurate with it. And it has the damage of a grey pistol, but because it's fully automatic and it has unlimited ammo, it's very tempting to take, and you can do a lot of damage with it. And maybe because it's a ray gun, essentially what it is an energy weapon, it has like an overheating effect. If you guys have ever played like any kind of type of gun game, first-person shooter, if you're on like a light machine gun or like a turret, and you keep firing over and over again without stopping, it starts to heat up. I think this is a similar thing in Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you keep firing these energy weapons, they have a bar that makes them overheat, and as soon as they overheat, you have to wait for them to cool down again and for the bar to go back down before you can use them again. I think that'll be a good system with this ray gun. You keep firing it, it's fully automatic, it has unlimited ammo, but it has bullet dip, it doesn't do that much damage, and it overheats. I think those advantages and disadvantages are just enough to make it a weapon worth wanting, but not enough to make it overpowered, or not enough to make it so that people will complain about it, because you have to lead your shot. Doesn't do that much damage, but on the same side, it's fully automatic, it's unlimited ammo. So advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons of the weapon, those are my 2 cents on the idea of crafting your own weapon in Fortnite Battle Royale. Please let me know your suggestions down in the comments below, and if you have a good idea of your own theory and your own little addition to the game, and I like it, I will put it in a video and be sure to give you a shout out. So if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like on it. If you're new here, then subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the new amazing Fortnite content coming your way. We have a V-Bucks giveaway going on right now. Click the top link in the description down below. Follow the easy steps on the page to enter, and at the end of this month, you could win yourself some Fortnite V-Bucks. So with that, my name has been Sleekozzy. You guys have been amazing, and I will see each and every one of you in my next video. Goodbye, guys.